Alright guys, got a few sales to share with you before we go out here thrifting. I want to share with you, I sold this Barbie Tea Time Princess Barbie doll. I paid $7.50 Canadian for it. Ended up selling it for $20.95 plus $8 US shipping. So after fees and of course I did flat shipping on this item, I made about $7 on this item. This was not a great flip. Kind of the saving grace is this was a new sealed item, so it was kind of easy to list, to take photographs and to post. So not the greatest flip, but I still made $7 on it, so a little bit of profit. Another sale going out here. I have this castle that I bought. It's a Fisher-Price 1994 castle. I bought it about 2 months ago. I paid $3 for it. It is incomplete, has no figures. So you can see some of the doors and the cannons missing on it. And I ended up selling it for $55. So really nice flip here. This castle from 1994 from Fisher-Price sells well. I've sold it a few times now. Be on the lookout for it. Nice flip from 3 into 55. Minus fees, of course. Another sale going out are these Crocs, these red Cypress Scarlet women's Crocs. I paid $9 for these, and I ended up selling them for $24. They took about a week and a half to sell. They sold fast. I guess this time of year, these are very popular. I priced it low to move it, too. So yeah, from $9 to $24. So I'm profiting about around $12 after fees. Not a bad little flip. Alright, got another sale here. I got this Canada Post hat that's new with tags. I got it at a thrift store. I paid $2.50 for it. And I had it listed for $27, and I took an offer. Somebody offered me $20, and I took that. So I'll clear about $12 to $13 on this after fees and packaging and everything. So not a bad flip. Is whenever I see any type of company logos or anything that's kind of iconic, I will definitely take a look at it and see, if it's got some demand. And this is one of those items that I knew would probably be worth something more than $2.50 anyway. So nice little flip. All right, everybody, we got a sale going out here. If you saw one of my other videos, you know that I picked this up not too long ago. I've had it for not even a week. This is a Barbie Corvette. This is from 1983, and this is a Barbie closet playset from 1984. I listed them together as a lot, and I took an offer. I listed from 75, and somebody gave me an offer of 67. Decided to take it. I paid $20 for both of these items, so I'm easily going to clear just, I think $53 is my take home after $1 or $2 for packaging. So I'm going to make just over $50 on this sale. So not a bad sale. Be on the lookout for these 80s toys. They sell really well. These are actually in really good condition. So I think that price that this, the buyer got, they got a really good deal because these are in great condition for their age. So it's on its way to a new home now. All right, everybody, we are out here thrifting, looking for things to flip, to sell on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, anything that's got some value to it. And I'm looking in the toy section at Value Village or Savers here, and I'm looking through the toys hard, looking for some of those retro vintage toys. And I'm not finding much. You just gotta keep looking until you spot something in the corner of your eye that's worth some money. And I keep searching here. I took a look at that robot. It was from about 20 years ago and wasn't worth anything. Plus, I didn't know if it worked or not. I did look it up. Here I'm in the station area. I'm taking a look at see if there's any calculators, fancy pens, or even some binders or trapper keepers. Any Lisa Frank binders or anything like that could be valuable. And then over here there's kind of a knitting section, sewing section, and I'm looking for any cross-stitch kits that are worth good money, or any type of crafting supplies. Especially if it's brand new, still sealed, I will for sure give it a scan. They priced up a couple of their cross-stitch kits. I find thrift stores are getting more and more better at upping their price on their cross-stitch kits. Now I actually headed over to a Walmart just down the road, and I'm looking at clearance at Walmart, and I don't know about you guys, but I have a really hard time finding good, clearance or retail arbitrage deals at Walmart. It is rare, and when I do find it, the margin is not very good on it. You really have to get the products for super duper cheap in order to make a buck, right? So I really don't spend a lot of time doing retail arbitrage. I will do it, if I'm in the store, if I'm in Walmart or Home Depot, I will for sure walk by the clearance section, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm looking in Walmart here, and I ain't finding any great there's some decent deals, but nothing, 80% off. So I don't waste my time there. I head back to another thrift store, and here I am looking at some hats, checking to see if those hats are any good brand names. I had found some good hats at this store, vintage hats, but today was not that day. Did not find anything. So I head over to the shoes, taking a quick peek at these shoes. A lot of these shoes at this store are anywhere from $8 to $10 a pair and up actually. So I haven't found a decent pair of shoes here in a while. I'm not a big shoe reseller. Like I said, I don't like cleaning shoes, so. But I for sure will pick them up because they do sell. In the same store here, I'm actually in the sports section. I'm looking for bowling balls, and they wanted too much for that bowling ball, $12. I have sold the smaller 5-pin bowling balls, and they sell really well. And easy money, usually can get them for a few dollars at the store or garage sale. 10-pin is a different story. I'm here checking out the baseball gloves. It's baseball season. You got to check out the gloves, see if any of those are good. There was an extremely old Rawlings glove in the middle there that I looked at, and I did some research on it. This one here that I'm holding, the Claw, it was from the 50s, I think, and it was in okay shape. They wanted $20 for it at this thrift store. So I looked up. I couldn't find any comparable prices. Really, it wasn't selling. And when it did sell, it was between $20 and $30. So I wasn't going to waste my time. There's no money there. And there's really not much demand for an old glove like that. So yeah, I moved on. Take a look at the golf stuff. Nike golf stuff can do well. Or, some of the clubs. I head over to the plush in the store, same store here. Not finding much in the plush. And I move back. There's one more aisle here of toys. And take a quick look in these baggies here. Sometimes you can find some really good items in these baggies here, like older toys. So I'm always looking to see if I can, see an old vintage toy in there, or Transformers or something like that that's worth some money. Here, I did look up that stitched little plush, and it was not worth anything. It was kind of different though, a strawberry mini Lilo and Stitch plush. That Super Soaker on the bottom is worth a few bucks. They wanted, I believe, $7 there. You can see the tag, $7 for it. It did not hold air. I tried pumping it up. It did not hold air. Otherwise, I might have considered getting it. I haven't had a lot of luck with water guns. Whenever I buy them, they tend to be broken or leaking. So I'm not a big fan of picking up water guns, unless, of course, they're brand new, right, still in box. I'm at a Salvation Army now. I stopped by quickly in here, and the first thing I see in the toy aisle is this for $2.99. I got this 1986 Play School flashlight, and it does work. Works well, and I have sold those before. In the junk aisle at the Salvation Army, I see this cap rep screener for $20. I have no idea what this thing is. I open it, I pop it open, I'm looking at it, trying to figure out if it's complete, and then I'm checking comparables online to see if there's any value here, and there was no value. There's a couple listed, but they weren't selling for anything, so especially at $20, I'm not picking that up. I head over to Savers / Value Village here, and I'm in the toy aisle looking up and down. They have a fairly big toy section at this store, and I'm just cruising up and down here, seeing if I can find any good toys. And nothing in the blocks here. Oh, that guitar looks interesting. That could be a PS2 guitar. And I do take a look at it, and I do end up throwing it in my cart. I looked at all these funky looking gnarly wands, and they were not worth anything, but man, they looked really weird. Never really seen those before. That's why I tried looking them up. Couldn't find much on them. And then just over here I see a puppet, a Melissa and Doug Doctor puppet for $6.99. I do have a 25% off coupon, so I can make some money on that, right? On that puppet, I could sell it for $25. Those sell. So I picked that up. It was in great condition too. I'm taking a look at the other plushies here. They mark up a lot of their plush at the store, you know, like very high. And then I head over to kind of the dish section, and this Skylanders Xbox 360, you know, is just sitting here, and yeah, it looks like with a coupon with 25% off. I'm paying up, but you know, that could be worth some money. So I picked that up, and then I'm down here at another Salvation Army on my way home, and I noticed that I see the back of this electronic Yahtzee, and I've sold this Yahtzee before. It's worth about $30. So I got no problem. I'm able to. All right, guys, I want to share with you my haul here. This is from thrifting for 3 hours, and I went to 3 thrift stores, and I think I did pretty good. This is pretty good. Maybe I'll start back here. I picked up this PS2 Red Octane guitar. I've sold a lot of these guitars. This one was only $6. I had a coupon, so $6. I battery tested it. It seems to be working okay, so I'm hoping to get over 50 for this, at least 40. I have, like I said, I have sold lots of these before, and they do well. I just will do some testing. I do have a PS2 console and dongle, so I'll be able to test that. Down here was, it was just in a kind of, you know, junk aisle. This is from the 1980s. It's a Fisher-Price kettle, and I ended up paying $1.99 for it, and they go for about $20 to $25. That's an easy flip. Back here, there was another toy. This is a Cars toy. I paid $2.99 for it at a thrift store. This was actually on a new cart. I haven't tested it yet. It's just a light. If it works, I'm hoping to sell it for $20, so make maybe $15. This was really interesting. I paid up for this. As you can see, this was $35, but I got 25% off. So I'm in it for about $27. And this is, the seal's been cracked, but the comparables, the pricing on this for new open box and used, some of them, they're kind of all over the place. Some of them are over even $100. So for paying $27, I'm probably going to price it maybe $80, $79.99, and see if it sells. I have sold box Skylander stuff before. That's kind of new, older stock, and it does sell pretty good. So I'm confident that I can get my money back. At the thrift store, I actually opened it up. I made sure the game was in there. The instructions and whatnot, the manual is still sealed. So I think it's worth paying up for that. I have no problem paying up for stuff if, you know, the quality's good and it's going to sell. Down here, I paid $6 for this vintage laser line CD stack holder. I really hesitated on this because it's a bigger item. I mean, it's light, but I figured for $6, Laserline stuff is in demand. I looked over it, combed over it, looking for cracks or anything. Like I always do a condition check, right? Before you guys check out your stuff from a thrift store or garage sale, before you actually pay, it's a good practice to actually look over the condition of the item and make sure there's no cracks or stains or, you know, any type of damage on the item, because it's happened so many times where you bring the item home and you're like, oh, I got this mint item and there's a crack in it or there's a massive stain on the shirt and it's not, the value's not there. So always do that at the store. This, I took some time because I kind of didn't want to pick it up, but I had to. It's actually in mint condition. It's got some dust on it, but there's no cracks, no chips. It's just a beautiful piece. So I'm probably going to put that up on Poshmark. Because you can ship bigger items for because it's fairly light, right? So yeah, I think that's an easy $20-$25 there. Here we have a Cutco block. I paid $2.50 for it. It's got some wear and tear. I actually have Cutco knives, so I might be using that for personal use. I'm not sure. If I do end up selling it, I'm probably going to price it at $20 because it does have some wear along the edges here. Over here we have some Cars toy. I paid $3 for this with my coupon. I've sold these before. I'm hoping to get about $20-$25 for it. This VCR came out on a cart when I was at a thrift store. It's a Panasonic OmniVision. It's got the remote. I paid up for it. I did. I paid $20 for it. The reason why I paid up for it is I've sold this brand before, this model before, and I'm hoping to get $80 to $100 for it. So it's worth it for me paying up for it. I tested as much as I could in store. I put the tape in, hit play, forward, reverse. You know, it all worked fine. And because it has a remote, because it's a smaller VCR, it's compact compared to some other models, I have no problem taking the gamble on it. Over here, I have another vintage toy that I picked up for $2.99. It's a Play School flashlight. Haven't tested it yet, but this one's in good condition, and I have sold these. I usually get $20 to $25 for them. Over here is a Melissa and Doug Doctor puppet, and I paid $6 for it with my coupon. I'm hoping to get $20, $25 for it. Puppets do sell. I have sold them before on eBay, Poshmark. They do sell. And over here is kind of a cool find. Probably see in the video of me finding it, but I paid $5.99 for this baggie, and what caught me was this. I've sold this before, this Yahtzee from 2002, I believe. It's the gold version Yahtzee. It does work. I can get about $30 for this. So again, $5.99 into $30, and the rest, there might be something that's worth some value, but it doesn't look like it. But that's my haul. I mean, what a great haul for going to, 3 thrift stores in a couple hours. Like, that's pretty good. So now I gotta clean up this stuff and get it all listed. Thanks for watching.